Hi there, and welcome to In the House at the Opera House. I'm Andy Plumchek, and with me in the house today is Colleen Peluso, director of Memorial Opera House's production of The Importance of Being Earnest, which opens August 9th and plays through the 18th. Hi, Colleen.
Hello.
Hello. Thanks for being here with us.
No problem. I have to be here for rehearsal shortly anyway.
Well,
so
there you go.
Works just fine.
So how have rehearsals been going?
Excellent. I have a veteran group of actors, and they're here on time, usually before me, and they are ready to work, and they get their stuff done, and it's progressing fabulously. I think that we are going to be a well-oiled machine by the time opening night comes around.
Great, great. So speaking of the show, tell me a little bit about The Importance of Being Earnest, for those that don't know.
Well, The Importance of Being Earnest was written by Oscar Wilde. It is basically, at its heart, a satire about the British upper class at the turn of the century, and we used to just be able to say turn of the century, but I guess this would be the turn of the last century into the 1900s. And it's, at its heart, just fun. Happy, fun, a little bit of physical comedy, a lot of wordplay, a lot of puns, a lot of plays on words. Yes, yes. And it's my aunt's favorite type of humor. And but also at the same time, he was really making a social commentary on the upper class at the time, and how trivial their lives were, and how they thought problems were things that we would call, inconveniences.
Right.
And so I like that it's paired with social commentary, mistaken identities, girls who are very, very vain, a very overbearing mother, which along the lines of Maggie Smith from Downton Abbey, and it's just fun. A lot of quick-witted humor, all dependent on lines and interactions and wordplay.
Right. So is that sort of what drew you to the show, to direct it?
Yeah, I mean, I've always loved this show.
Mm-hmm.
And when I student taught at Valparaiso High School, I guess that was 2011 in the fall, I actually taught it to my students as part of a satire unit to my sophomores. And while they maybe all didn't quite grasp all of the humor, as I hope our audience will, they really were drawn to it too. They liked a lot of it. There's a lot of off-color humor that they found very entertaining.
Right. It's like that banter back and forth.
Exactly. And you really have to pay attention. You really have to, it doesn't slow down to hope you pick up all the little nuances. He just kind of trusts his audiences to catch what he's trying to say. And so I really fell in love with the play teaching it and really digging into every line. And while we can't do that necessarily in our few hours with the audience, we can hit those major points and get that feeling across that I think he intended for us to have.
Right. So then your director's concept for the show would just be?
I guess the best thing I could say is, to the best of my ability, with all my study of Oscar Wilde and the show itself, to produce what the author intended. We're not doing anything cutesy, setting it in the industrial.
Right.
Well, I guess it's just sort of, but setting it in an industrial warehouse with everybody in jumpsuits or anything like that. It is set completely period appropriate, and we have fabulous production staff on board. Christina Pals is our costumer, and she just has her head wrapped around this period like nobody else. And so we're really trying to do this traditionally, and at the same time, I really think that the show is relevant today, and so I don't have to futz a lot with it in order to make it enjoyable, entertaining, as well as have a message.
Gotcha. So, what is, without giving anything away, what is like your favorite part of the show?
I don't know. It would change nightly, and I say that because sometimes the actors will say something a little bit differently, or they'll try something new, and that becomes my new favorite thing.
Okay.
And it was different, or I look at a line and I say, why don't we try it this way? And it's different than I ever thought it could be, and then that becomes my new favorite part. So I think my favorite part is still the end. It gets wackiest then, and everything just kind of perfectly falls into place as you hope it would. And the energy at the end, I think, is probably my favorite. I don't want to give too much away.
Right.
But yeah, I have a lot of moments that change depending on the day and depending on the actors.
Right. Well, that's, with this type of show, it's just like whatever, so based upon what the other actor gives you and
Oh,
the
yeah.
reactions and the reactions from the audience.
Right.
I'm sure even is going to play into
Exactly.
account as it does in live
I'm
theater.
very excited for the reactions
Right.
for the audience, so laugh a lot. That would be totally fun.
Yes. So what are you looking forward towards most in the next couple of weeks, gearing up towards opening night?
I think just seeing the actors gel together, because they're starting to sit behind me, I'm sure. Because I think that right now we're focused on getting the lines down and making sure each word is in the right place. And the whole show is in a British dialect, so am I saying the word lost as lost and not last? And that's hard with Northwest Indiana actors. It's hard for me to remember what it's supposed to be. So I think we're focused really right now on where am I supposed to move, what am I supposed to say, what is the line, how do I say the words. And so I'm really looking forward to getting out of the practicalities and details.
The technicality.
The technicality, right, that you have to master.
Getting into playing.
Getting into playing, getting into seeing the characters, getting into seeing those moments where the characters are so comfortable with the other character that we don't see thinking, we see interacting. And the best thing is I'm starting to see that already this early on, so
Great.
I think by opening night we will be fabulously in tune with one another.
Wonderful. So. Well, I am looking forward to seeing Importance of Being Earnest. It opens when?
It opens August 9th, runs for 2 weekends, so August 9th, 10th, and 11th, and I have to remember, 16th, 17th, and 18th, the Sunday shows are at 2, and the Friday-Saturday shows are at 8, as usual.
And ticket prices are $21 for adults and $18 for students, and if you've missed any of that, I'll put it down below in the description box. So, thank you so much for being here again.
Well, thank you very much, Andy.
I'm Andy Plumchek, and this is
Colleen Peluso.
And this has been an episode of In the House at the Opera House. Leave comments below in the comment box.
Nice ones, please.
Yes. Follow us on Facebook. Tweet with us on Twitter. It's at memophouse. And subscribe to our YouTube channel that we're going to be having. This is the first video, I think.
And come see our show.
And come see the show. The Importance of Being Earnest, August 9th. We'll see you at the theater.